Welcome to Rocksolid Productions, where in this video we are going to check out the Reto-Bit officially licensed 8-bit wireless controller designed to be used with the original Mega Drive, Genesis, and USB enabled devices. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rocksolid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, just want to take a quick second, say thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here on the channel. If you like what you see here, check out some of the other videos that we have here, including we have a full Reto-Bit playlist. And if you really like what you see, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification as we are on the path to try to hit 8,000 subs by the end of 2019. So earlier in this year, Reto-Bit announced in conjunction with Sega that they were going to be coming out with some wireless game pads for the Sega Genesis, the Sega Saturn, and some other systems. What I have in my hands here, this is the 2.4 gigahertz controller designed to be used with the original Sega Genesis and with USB enabled devices. It is a 2.4 gigahertz system, not Bluetooth, so you do need to use those extra little dongles. The nice thing, it includes both dongles right in the box. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it, we're going to throw it on the bench, see how it comes out of the box, see how difficult it is to pair, and we're going to test it out not just on the Genesis Mini, which we have playing behind us, but on the 32X, Sega CD, and the Sega Genesis as well. So here we have the front of the box. In the upper corner here, you can see it includes original port and USB receivers. Deluxe storage case also included. 8-button arcade pad. It is that 2.4 gigahertz wireless protocol. You can also see here it is compatible with the Sega Genesis, Genesis Mini, PC Mac, PS3, and Switch. So those are all really cool features to have on here. On the back here, you can see no longer be tethered to your console. The officially licensed Sega Genesis controller gets re-engineered as a 2.4 gigahertz wireless controller and carries along its original layout and form. This 2.4 gigahertz controller includes both original and USB port wireless receivers to use across many consoles and platforms, and an exclusive Sega case with all the extras. With a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 30 hours, that's awesome. Game to the fullest degree for extended durations. Now here too, you can also see 2.4 gigahertz officially licensed wireless controller compatible with the systems we mentioned earlier. Includes both dongles, 500 milliamp lithium ion battery. What's nice about that, you don't have to worry about memory, discharging, overcharging. You're pretty good with that. Includes a 3.3 foot charging cable, 30 foot gaming range, sleep mode after 5 minutes of inactivity. Includes instruction manual and exclusive Sega case for controller, receivers, and cable storage. So let's open this bad boy up. Now I do want to thank Reto-Bit for sending this for review. They are not seeing this content before it goes live, but they did provide us this at no charge. Look at that case. That thing's pretty. Has the Reto-Bit logo there. I can't tell what that is. Now this is the blue version. There is a black version as well, available just depending on which color you prefer. I'll pop out both dongles to look at here in a moment. Pretty lightweight. I kind of wish I had an Atari 2600 to test out if this would also work on that. We will be testing this actually on a Master System just to check and see too. And then underneath you have the charging cable as mentioned. You have social information for Reto-Bit and instructions on how to go ahead and set this up. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get everything paired up here in a moment, but first, like I mentioned, we are going to take a look at the dongles themselves. So there you can see the, this is the Genesis style dongle there. You can see it has the DIN type connection. Push button for pairing there. Looks like there's a little mold something there that's hanging out extra. Has the Reto-Bit logo molded in here. It does have a micro USB port on the side here, so I wonder if you can use that to do micro USB to micro USB to charge the controller too, or use a cable like that. I don't know what you would use a cable like that besides charging. So first up, we are testing the Sega Genesis controller here with a Master System. Now, you're supposed to press button 1 or 2 to start the game. Button 1, I believe, is B, button 2 would be C. So let's see here. So far, so good. Now, out of the box, it does not come paired to either dongle. At first, I was going to be like, that's kind of crappy, but then it makes sense because, you know, out of the box, you don't know, you know, from the factory, are you going to use the USB dongle or are you going to use the Genesis dongle? So it makes sense for that to not be paired out of the box. If you've never played the Master System version of Double Dragon, it is brutal. You can see I just died there already. Button presses and everything feel good. I mean, this is just a brutally hard game. Now we are capturing going through our OSSC using HD Retrovision cables on an original Master System, which it works. Now the pause does not work. Yeah, can't actually stop the game here. So it works on a Master System, so that's something very cool to know. Now we are going to move on to a proper Genesis. Up next, Wonder Boy and Monster World. Such an awesome platformer for the Genesis. There's kind of a pseudo remake for the Switch. Absolutely love it. I think it's also on the PS4 and on the Xbox One. Great version of this game. I don't know why there's not any music playing through here. So far, so good on this. You know, for action platformers, this feels pretty good. I mean, working just fine through this. Let's try a fighting game next. And we're going to actually switch to the Sega CD in a game that I just got at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, Final Fight CD. So Final Fight CD is perhaps the definitive home version of Final Fight, just because it includes all three characters, Hagar, Cody, and Guy, all in one. I have to admit, I've never played this version of this game. I played the arcade version, but I've never played Final Fight CD. We'll see here. Well, start with Guy and see how he goes. Ew, that looks grainy. The Super NES version looks better. Button presses and everything are working as they should, though. That's the main thing on here is, yeah, this does look grainy and whatnot, but that has nothing to do with the controller. The controller's responding exactly as it should. It's kind of sad that Comic Zone even kind of looks better than this. It really kind of talks to the, or speaks about how just underwhelming the Sega CD was for an attachment overall. Can't help but think that back in the day that they named the one character in here Axel just because of Axl Rose. I mean, for an overall beat 'em up and whatnot, this is such a great game. Graphically, it doesn't look as good as the arcade did. Sounds good. Sound is really quite good. All right, so this is Final Fight CD. Let's move on now to the Genesis Mini because that uses the different dongle. I want to see how that works as well. So pairing to the USB dongle, super easy. We're gonna go through and we're gonna try out Street Fighter 2 just because that's a good game to test out, like lag, latency, delay, anything along those lines. And like always, we'll pick Ryu. Ooh, moves are, ooh, she threw me to the ground, but everything's looking like it's pulled off, being able to pull off pretty well. Oh, she got me. I always thought she sounded like she said, "You suck" on that. Got her. Perfect. And I did pull off the dragon uppercut there too. Got her on the counter punch. Yes, I am that guy that's just going to spam you with Hadoukens. I think I won on the draw. I did. Overall, pretty good on Street Fighter. Now, to get back to the home screen, I think you hold down the select. Yep, hold down the select button. Return to the main menu. Yes. Well, I mean, goes without saying. Earthworm Jim. Now, I don't think Chick-fil-A was around when this game was made, but now that they are around, it just makes me laugh thinking about the cows being launched and everything, and, you know, the cows from Chick-fil-A talking about eating more chicken. I mean, able to make those jumps pretty easily. Come on, get up there. There we go. Took a little bit to get there, but we got up there. Now this is always a good test here. If I can make this, as far as knowing that. There we go. Lag and latency, not too much of an issue. Good to see for our good pal, EWJ. All right, now try one more. We'll resume or go back to the main menu. Well, I mean, we kind of have to try Sonic, don't we? The Genesis Mini, by the way, if you don't have one, probably the best mini system out to date. Now, the TurboGrafx 16 is not out yet as of this filming, but man, this thing is so good. And I missed the invincibility, didn't I? Sure did. I've got to say, no real complaints as far as responsiveness or anything like that so far here. Definitely digging this. They have done a really, really good job. Now, I'm not going to try it out on the Switch, just because it's one of those that if it works on, you know, the Genesis Mini, what I would play this with would be like the Genesis collection of games. So no real need for me to test it out, at least in my belief, on the Switch. But let's go ahead and we're going to wrap things up. So overall, what do I think of the Reto-Bit 8-button wireless controller designed for the Genesis and for the Genesis Mini and USB devices? It's really, really good. Everything I liked about their wired controllers is right here in a wireless version. I loved the fact, too, not only did it work with the Genesis Mini, the Tower of Power, but it also worked with my Master System. I can now play my Master System games wirelessly. I don't know that anyone has ever come out with a wireless Master System controller, and it's awesome. Now, I wish I could remap the buttons and whatnot. It's a minor nitpick. It's not even an advertised feature, but it does work on it. So, really cool feature that they had there. The fact that it does come with both dongles, both the standard Genesis, Mega Drive, Master System style connector, along with the USB dongle. Really cool on that. Battery life seems very good. It's the same mold that Reto-Bit has used now with the rest of their 6-button controllers, just tweaked to accommodate the USB charging port and everything. A little bit of a change with the shoulder buttons. Not a major deal there. The addition of both the home and the select buttons too. Overall, this is a great package, available both in the blue that you see it here, also available in black. And then if you want to get your hands on one of these, what you can do, head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. They have both of the versions available on the website. They also have the Saturn wireless controllers available too, and the Bluetooth variants as well. All that you can check out there. And the cool thing about CastlemaniaGames.com is that you can earn what's called Castle Cash. Basically, the more you spend, the more you earn in the loyalty program that Ryan has set up over there. And if you use promo code ROCKSOLID10, you can save 10% off of most items on the website. Now, some items are excluded from promo codes, but Castle Cash, it's cash. It works on everything, so a very cool feature. Thanks, Ryan, for setting that up for everybody to take advantage of. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below. I'll answer them all as I can get to them. You can also email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you do want to help contribute to the future of Rock Solid Productions and get early access to our video content, you can do that by heading on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid for as little as $1 a month, $12 a year. You do get early access to our content, exclusive content from me, and a whole lot more. You can also support the channel by heading on over to our Teespring store and picking up some Rock Solid Productions swag. The holidays are right around the corner as of this filming. We have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and a whole lot more, and everything we do raise gets thrown right back into the channel. I do want to thank all those who have supported and continue supporting the channel to this point in time. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you like what you see here, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way each and every time we do come out with new content, new reviews, new how-tos, new tutorials, you're kept the most up to date. Again, I want to thank Reto-Bit for sending us this controller to check out. It's really, really good. If you have a Genesis, a Mega Drive, a Master System, if you have a Switch, if you have a Genesis Mini, and you want to go wireless, this is a really good way to go. Very responsive, very little, if any, lag noticed whatsoever. Excellent build quality. The D-pad feels great, not too mushy, not too stiff. The button presses feel great. Overall, really like how this controller performed. My name is Gary, this has been Rock Solid Productions, and our look at the Reto-Bit wireless 2.4 GHz controller designed for the Sega Genesis and USB devices. I thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon.